Happy Thanksgiving Eve, get it out, Sean. Eve, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Thank you for tuning in this evening. If I could talk, anyways, I haven't done a proper intro to this show yet, and I've already screwed it up. So here we are. I've been back. This is my 5th show back, and I haven't done a proper intro yet. But hey, we got some cool music. But anyhow, we got some guests this week. We have the newest and coolest Liberty Power couple, as Free rolls his eyes. Man, we got Free and we got Amity in the house, man. How we doing tonight?
What's up, y'all?
Man, I really appreciate you guys doing this. This is amazing. We're about to have a lot of fun. This is awesome. But before we get started, it's really cool to see you guys. And they told me before this started, please don't make this show about a relationship. I'm not, but I will say this. It's very cool to see you guys like doing this. It's pretty awesome. Like, because there's not a lot of it. You don't see like a lot of Liberty couples. Like we got Donnie and Jeff. They've been dating for a couple years now, probably. And Michael White and Mrs. White, but his wife stays out of all that, just like mine does. My wife wants nothing to do with any of this political stuff, and I can't blame her, honestly.
Yeah, there's not a lot of women in the Liberty space, I've found, compared to men. So
it's a sausage party, let's be honest.
It is. It's a sausage fest. Pretty much everywhere I go, it's a sausage fest. My local affiliate that I was involved in for a while, literally I was the only female, and we would meet once a month, and I would go out to dinner with like 6 guys.
Wow.
It was great. We'd sit around and drink and talk shit, and never any other women there.
That's like my old, when I was still going to affiliate meetings, my county affiliate, the one who was in charge of the whole affiliate meeting itself, she was a woman, and she was usually the Lone Ranger at these meetings once a month.
Yep, pretty much. But yeah, I've enjoyed, we're going to do a lot of traveling this year together, and Free can probably talk about it better, since it's his deal, it's his show that we're going to be traveling for. But I look forward to traveling together and, meeting people in different states. And as a power couple in the Liberty movement, it'll be fun.
We're kind of the Kardashians of the Libertarian Party now. So hence my eye roll. But no, it's cool. It's, I went from being completely anonymous to I got so throttled on X that I started live streaming because Casey encouraged me to do it and Terry encouraged me. And so I started showing my face, and now I'm, on a reality show with Amity. So it's been a trip.
You shouldn't have shown your face on X if you didn't want to, get the attention of single Liberty women.
The funny thing is about all this is I knew this before y'all did. Ha 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 ha. No, I'm just kidding. But I did know.
No, I told Sean months before anybody else knew. He was literally the only one that knew.
So I'm a good secret keeper.
You are. You're an amazing secret keeper.
It was funny because you guys started posting stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, because you went down there to see him or whatever, and I'm like, wait, she's showing pictures. Are they going to spill the beans? Like, what are they doing? I'm like messaging you. I'm like, are you going to do it yet? And then you finally did it. And I'm like, I've been sworn to secrecy to not say anything. And my chair keeps sinking because I'm too fat. Oh my God, I need a new chair.
I know. I think I was telling you about it like before I even had his phone number. Like we were talking about it. It's been a while.
Oh yeah. That's great though. It's great. We need more Liberty couples because you want to know what? You're stronger as a pair. You know what I mean? Like you got more voices, and then people might pay more attention to what you're saying because you're getting groups of people from your side and stuff like that. So it could turn into something very amazing for the Liberty movement itself, but I really dig it. You guys, it's very cool. And, I hope you guys, just do your thing and make it work and have a lot of fun because relationships are a ton of work. I've been married for 10 years. I've been with my wife for 14 years, almost this January. And it's funny, right now we've been together so long that all our new shit that used to be new is starting to fall apart. We have to buy all new shit again. you know, it's part of that, but it's been great. It's really been great. But, I'm glad you guys are doing this tonight because it's extremely important that we turn the noise off every once in a while. It's actually imperative to our mental health that we turn this stuff off for every once in a while, because we come from a time where we didn't have all this noise in our ear constantly 24/7. I mean, we're all Gen Xers here. And correct me if I'm wrong or if you have a different opinion or whatever, but I feel like we grew up during peak America. That was the best America ever was between the 80s and 90s, maybe even the late 70s. We'll throw some of that in there. We know the economy didn't start off that great in the 80s, but it ended up being all right. You know what I mean? The 80s ended up being cool. The 90s ended up being pretty great, when it comes to, a lot of things and stuff. We didn't have a lot of racial issues shoved in our faces or even politics in general. I mean, we had our ABCs and our NBCs and our CBS, and that's what we had back in the day. Whether they were telling the truth or not, probably not, but that's what we had. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have, anything to really pit us against each other at that point. And so we lived a lot more normal, free lives. I don't even know how to explain it. We were more community oriented. We were more I don't even know. It was just better back then. We didn't have all this shit we're seeing today shoved in our faces. We went out and we talked to people, and we went to bonfires, and we went to bars and hung out with people. We went outside. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and here we are today, the most divided this country has ever been, and why? For what? Because the TV told us to be that way? It's insane. Turn that shit off. Turn off the noise and hang out with us tonight and talk about some kick-ass music, because one of the things that made Generation X great was our music. Free, take it, dude.
I'm down with that. Yeah, it was a great time to grow up. And, I've got, 3 sons that are all adults now. And I always used to kind of rub it in that we'd get out of school on Friday and our parents would be lucky if they saw us Sunday night, and they couldn't track us down. They couldn't figure out where we're at. It was just always like, oh no, I totally told you that I was sleeping over at so-and-so's house. And, I'd show up 3 days later, all dirty, smelling like a bonfire, stale Miller Lite, and now we could track our kids on the apps and all that stuff. And, I'm always with my kid, I'm like, why'd you go there? I don't remember you saying that. And, we would be oh, I didn't have a quarter for the phone. What'd you want me to do? Call collect? You got mad last time I called collect, and my
give you points.
My poor mom, she always thought that, points to me. All right. I'm on a show when points start popping up in the chat, So I think I made my mom old before her age, because I always be I told you. And she'd be you did? No, I totally didn't tell her. But
see, I was the exact opposite. My mom graduated in the 70s, and she was not much older than me. My mom had me when she was 18. So when I would go out and do something stupid, she knew right away. I would come home and she'd look at me like this, right in my eyes. It would freak me out, man. She'd be like, your eyes look like 2 pee holes in the snow. I'm like, wait a minute here. And then she'd be like, I've done it all and I've seen it all. You need to stop doing this. I know what you're doing and I know who you're doing it with. And I'm like, what?
Well, my parents were from they were from the silent generation. They were older when they had me. And so they were more like we didn't have this term back then, but they were more like helicopter parents, right? Definitely not the boomers that just let everybody, free range or whatever. I did do some free ranging, but I'd get grounded if I get caught at a party or whatever. And then my mom would get sick of me being home. And so she'd be like, don't tell your dad, go back out, just go, just leave. Because she just wanted to, watch her soap operas and have peace and quiet in the house. So I got away with quite a bit.
See, Sean, I think there's 2 ways you can grow up Irish, and we're both Irish, and Amity's a sliver Irish.
Come on, I'm 13% Irish.
Come on. I knew that was coming. But
I could say something really naughty, but I'm gonna shut up.
Growing up Irish, though, I think you turn out one of two ways. You either like spill the beans if somebody looks cross at you because you grew up with the nuns and harsh parents, or you could be waterboarded and you won't give up an inch of information. And I'm the latter. Like you could literally like hit me with knives and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not spilling on anything. My parents never got word one out of me. I could take anything to the grave.
Well, that's because we grew up, we were told that snitches got stitches and ended up in ditches. So you didn't talk, man. That's just the way it was back then. The snitch mentality boggles my mind because that is not what we grew up with whatsoever. Not only did you not snitch, you never wanted to be a follower. Like being a follower wasn't cool back then. Like you wanted to be the leader no matter what. If you were the follower, you probably got made fun of back in those days, to where like nowadays everything's like conform and do what you're told. And it's like, wait a minute here, what? That is not what we did. We did whatever we wanted, how we wanted to do it. And you want to know what? We all turned out all right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we turned out pretty okay,
Well, but, what's funny is, I was a scrawny little kid when I was younger. I was bullied by some of the other girls. I had like super low self-esteem. It was crazy. And I was a teen mom and got married at 17, and I didn't have that leader mentality until I got a lot older. And, I kind of grew into my skin finally, like just a few years ago. And so, I have this theme song whenever I go on a show, or whenever I'm doing something like, in the public eye, right before I do, I play this song from Andy Grammer, which is probably not your style, but whatever. It's called "Damn It Feels Good to Be Me." And
I know that one.
He was excellent on Frasier, if I remember correctly.
No, wrong guy. But I feel like as an adult, I've gotten away from that follower mentality, and so it took me a little while to grow out of that.
And it wasn't, for everybody, I guess, but it was one of those things. If you wanted to be like accepted by the crowd, like you didn't want to be the follower guy. At least it was for where I grew up in very rural Michigan. Like, I didn't grow up in the city. I live in the city now, but I grew up in a very small town, where, things were very quiet and kind of normal now. But the funny thing is that small town is now like high society, and I couldn't even afford to live there. It's so bizarre. Like
the funny thing for us was like, we were so scared of like, not just our own parents, but like everybody else's parents. Cause like we went to Catholic school. We had like this tight knit group of people that we just spent our whole lives around. And like, so if you wanted to smoke a cigarette, I'd be like, we got to go like 8 blocks that way. And, get completely out of, like we like you had to like kind of like leave a certain, square mile area to get out of there. Cause like if anybody's parents saw you, you're in trouble. Right. So like, it was wild, like even though it wasn't connected, it was connected enough that you could get in trouble. Like they're like, they saw you doing something, like it'd get back to your folks.
We had, so there was a cigarette machine at our country club. And so we would walk on the bike paths, well, we called them the bike paths, but they were like the golf cart paths. And we would go to the country club and sneak in when nobody was looking and get cigarettes out of the cigarette machine when we were like, oh my gosh, we were like 12 years old. Like we were so young. And so we would sneak in and get those and then go smoke on the golf course. It was hilarious.
Notice she said the word country club there. Just throwing that out there.
We used to eat our cigarettes.
The rebel at the country club.
The cigarettes we used to buy were at the bowling alley, at the local bowling alley, and they were in the vending machines there. But however, I could actually grow the whole chin beard by the age of 14.
Nice.
So but I couldn't grow a mustache until high school. But by the time I was 14, I could grow all of this and like some fuzzies here. And I could buy cigarettes at the store. They would sell me smokes, no problem. And they were $2.35 a pack back then.
Oh, I was buying them for like, I think 89 cents a pack. When I was like 13, 14, I could get away with, the convenience store guys didn't care because the age back then legally in Virginia to smoke was 16. And then when I turned 14, it bumped up to 18. And so like my sister was 16. She was of legal age to smoke, and there was no grandfathering in. Like automatically, like all of a sudden she had been smoking, and then they bumped it up to 18 and she no longer could buy cigarettes. So we had to get all our friends to buy them for us. But
Yep. I do. Yeah, that was it was always 18 to smoke in Michigan. It was always 18 to smoke here. But like in 21 for booze, obviously. But like because I could grow facial hair now, by the time I was, a senior in high school, I had a full facial hair and I could buy beer. Like they would just look at me. I would tuck my shirt in and all sophisticated and wear a button down and like a nice belt. And I clip my phone. I had a phone back then in the 90s, a little flip phone thing. And I clip it to my belt thinking I was all professional and shit. But they would sell me booze. I mean, it worked. It totally worked, man. Every
you go in there like sell that stock and buy that stock. Like, yeah, give me a 12-pack of Natty Light, please. Yeah,
dude, it was
my when my sister was in high school, they even had a smoking section where the kids could go outside and smoke. And then by the time I got to high school, it moved to 18, so they got rid of the smoking section, and so everybody just smoked in the bathrooms.
Oh my gosh, Jim says this is actually my boy for over 30 years. He says a pager.
Oh, I had a pager too.
Yep.
Smoke a pipe like a real man, Grandpa. That's what Zach Attack says. Oh my gosh. But Jim, let me tell you a funny story about pagers. So back in the day, I used to live with Jim way back when we actually lived in a duplex house. It used to be a mink farm where they slaughtered minks. It was bizarre. And if you went into the garage, there was little hooks hanging there where they would hang all the minks after they were killed and whatever. It was wild. And then the shower room was not this. It was sketchy, dude. Like the bathroom was a toilet and a sink in one room. And then the shower room was around the corner and it was all cinder block with just a shower head and a little nozzle for hot and cold or whatever. And that was it, man. And it was so weird, man. But hey, man, rent was only $400 a month for 2 people, in a 2-bedroom place. So, hey, think about that.
Yeah, right.
Grumpy said only drug dealers had pagers. Well, Grumpy,
Well, Grumpy, we all have a past. Anyway.
We do. We won't.
But, one of the main things we're doing this show about is kick-ass music because it was just the best while we were growing up, man. We had music that actually had meaning to it. We had MTV, man. Like we were the MTV generation where they made music videos and stuff like that. And it was just way cool to like grow up and be a part of that, and some of the music was extremely based back then,
Speaking
even
of bass, did you listen to Rob Bass?
Dude, I went and saw Rob Bass over the summer. I sent you the
Love Rob Bass. Sorry to interrupt.
All those guys came here. No, so at the end of summer every year, Labor Day weekend in Royal Oak, Michigan, they have a thing called Arts, Beats, and Eats. And it's not just a clever name. It's a bunch of people who sell their art and, music and stuff like that and good food and food trucks and shit like that. But at nighttime, they always have these super nostalgic acts that come through. Like this year was Vanilla Ice, Rob Bass, Young MC, and CNC Music Factory.
Hell yeah.
What a cool show to go see, man. Like it was very cool, but it was funny. So every single and then a couple nights before that,
somebody in the chat's got to take away points for that. Somebody's got to take away
points.
No,
come on, Free.
That's like, terrible. That's terrible.
No, that's amazing.
I veto that answer.
Nope. Somebody did give you 800 points for something. Let me go back.
Yeah. I don't know how to scroll up on that. You guys are gonna. Oh wait, I just figured. I just did something.
Woodcraft gave 100 points.
I'm totally winning. I've been keeping score.
100 points to Free for taking that nonsense down the road.
That's funny. This is too funny.
I love that you don't know how to scroll.
Came to get down. Oh, Slick Will.
Slick Will.
Slick Will in the layabouts that's my music right there. That's the dude.
Oh my gosh.
That is the bomb.
Your intro was going on. I was like headbanging and jamming.
I was playing air drums. Like it was so great. Amazing. That's good stuff, man.
That is a lit intro. I love it.
It is.
I told him what I wanted. He goes, "What do you want?" I said, "I'm a big thrash thrash, fan and a punk guy, and he came up with that, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude! Like this is great.
I want to hear some more of his music.
Oh, dude, hey, Slick Will, put up your link for music so they can look it up, because he's got a whole Spotify thing. It's pretty cool, man. It's very awesome.
Oh, now, Amity's like 3 in already.
I know I'm about to be 3 in, but please, before we really get going, please like, share, follow, and subscribe. I need that more than anything right now, because I'm being buried in the pits of hell of the algorithms for whatever reason. I haven't even talked about the Jews in like a couple weeks.
I know all the reasons. I know all the reasons. The reasons are apparent.
Oh, okay.
Well, throttle me by talking about that shit. I'm streaming on mine.
I have a potty mouth, and I talked about the hat people, and I don't talk about the hat people anymore. Though I gave that up. Jesus told me not to talk about it anymore. I'm not doing it.
No,
do you only do that on my show now? Is that
what?
Is that the thing? You only do that on my show? Is that the thing?
Well, no. This was a recent revelation. I don't know if you caught that.
Shit. All right. Well,
I'm
then
losing
I have to have
points
you back
for
on.
White Claw, by the way.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, a couple, like probably a few weeks ago now, I talked about this with Noel Olin when he came on my show. You guys are going to think I'm nuts, but Jesus Christ spoke to me. And so I was at work doing sketchy ladder work, literally sketchy ladder work on a staircase. I paint houses in the wild. That's what I do in real life. And from out of nowhere, I hear this voice. And it was the night I was going to do a show with Rechtenwald, where I was planning on going completely Kanye. Okay. And all of a sudden I hear a voice loud as like clear as day, as you guys can hear me right now. Relax. I got this. Scared the hell out of me. You can have it. Take it.
Sure it wasn't the paint fumes?
No, we weren't using oil that day. As a matter of fact, our wonderful Michigan government outlawed oil-based products, which totally screws people like me, because I need oil-based products for certain situations, like water stains and painting raw wood. Like, you have to have that stuff. You have to have it, but you're not allowed to get it here. But I got a paint store just down the road from me. You said, hey, they're not going to tell me how to run my business. If you need oil, I will order it from out of state for you. I said, you are the man. But now, when it comes to Generation X music and like ultra based, like meaning behind it.
Oh boy.
Well, hello, big fluffy kitty. Holy smokes, that is a big fluffy kitty. Free. Who's the first band or first song that comes to mind?
For 90s?
For anything, Gen X, period.
So I'm the same as you, kind of started with punk and then moved into metal. But I mean, I grew up with all the top 40 radio stuff as well. So I like, and I'm pretty versatile on music. I like jazz. I like the blues. I like, a bunch of stuff. 90s. I mean, for me, it was Pantera probably. Like, yeah. So, yeah. Amity likes my music selections most of the time. So,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I like that Seattle station you play.
Yeah, there's this great Seattle station called KEXP, and they stream. And since they're 3 hours behind me, their morning show comes on at like 10 a.m. my time. And so I play their morning show, and he's kind of like a grunge guy and plays like a bunch of like, he's kind of he's a Gen Xer, and Minor Threat's legit. But yeah, for me, Pantera. Yeah, very nice.
Never heard of them.
You're gonna get a lot of that tonight, I promise.
Yeah, I don't know. Amity's a bad match for us on talking music, because me and you are probably like this, and Amity's gonna be like, who?
Yeah, but Amity's chimed in on a lot of my music posts, so it's a lot of fun to have her in this, because like she's had some fun with some of my music posts that nobody ever sees because they don't show my stuff. But Pantera, and then but when it comes to like a message, like a good based message of whatever, it could be anything, because we had a lot of that during our time. So like, who would be your band, like right off the rip, who is it? Or like one song in particular that's like, whoa.
I don't know, like Soundgarden was a big one for me. You know, love
okay.
Chris Cornell.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. Message wise, like I was more into like the bass and drums and like, you know, the heavy grind and, you know, and then like, you know, the kind of the screeching guitars and the wild solos and, you know, Slayer, Dimebag, you know, all of those, like, yeah, Grumpy's gonna be Grumpy. I mean, that's all we got.
Isn't Grumpy the boomer of the crew though?
Yes, he's a boomer.
Yeah, he was saying that he likes Sinatra, and it was in the chat somewhere. You might have to scroll to see it.
Nice. Minus 200 for, oh boy, Amity. I think you need to go to school about Minor Threat. You think that go to school.
Amity's down big right
Beastie
now.
Boys. Hell yeah, Jake.
Okay, so the Beastie Boys was my second concert of all time. Or it might have been my third. I get them flip-flop. My first concert was Michael Jackson, and my second concert was either Poison and Tesla or Beastie Boys and Run DMC, and the other one was third, but I can't remember which was which because that was the 80s, and like if you expect me to remember a lot of that, you're sadly mistaken.
So I was into a lot of hair bands. I saw Bon Jovi with Cinderella, and then I saw Bon Jovi with Poison, and then I was kind of into, hell yeah, Motley Crue. My parents didn't let me go see them. I didn't see them until 2014, their first farewell tour, until they came back and did another farewell tour. But I was into hair bands and then like New Kids on the Block and, you know, girl shit like that. But being from the Richmond area, GWAR was really big in our area. So one of my really good friends in high school was a bass player, Corey Smoot. And he was a huge, like one of the biggest GWAR fans. And when he became an adult, he became the bass player for GWAR.
No way.
Yeah. And a few years ago, he OD'd on heroin.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Corey. And so, you know, that's, even though I wasn't a huge GWAR fan, GWAR was a big part of my culture, you know, growing up. So,
you know, I'll tell y'all something right now. If you haven't lived until you've had blood and cum shot on you from freaking a GWAR show, dude, I'm telling you right now, those shows were absolutely insane. Like, I've seen them. Shoot, man.
Sean, I said I didn't want to talk about our relationship.
Dirty.
oh my God.
Come and fuck you guys some fucking vampires or what, dude? Yeah.
I'll get your show canceled this time. It'll be a nice switch.
No, that's okay. It's whatever. You owe me one. But no, seriously, GWAR concerts are something out of this freaking world, dude. Like, I've probably seen them a half a dozen times. I probably should have seen them more, but I've seen them at like the most coolest, most tiniest exclusive clubs that you could go see them, like at the State Theater in downtown Detroit, which is now the Fillmore. It only holds a couple thousand people. That's one of my favorite places to see a show. And at the Majestic, which is also downtown, which is a very, very, very small venue, probably holds about 1,000 people. The first time I ever saw Avenged Sevenfold was there. There was only 800 people there, and tickets were only $15, if you can believe that.
Yep.
There was this place in Chicago on the north side called the Aragon Ballroom. And it was actually a ballroom back in the day. My grandparents went on dates there and danced. And then it turned into it's kind of a shady area. And so it turned into like a music venue. But they had a rule that, you know, to have performances, they had to have chairs. So they put out all these folding chairs. And at the beginning of the show, everybody pick up the chair and pass it over their head to the back. And they throw them in a huge pile in the back corner at the beginning of every show. And then, you know, then there'd be a mosh pit and, you know, all of that. So it's like, you know, my grandma would be like, I live with my grandparents. And so my grandma would be like, we went dancing there. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to see Slayer there. And I'm probably going to get some ribs broken. But, you know, little different scene. But
okay, now I got to do it just because I love them so much. And you just chimed in about this record not too long ago on a post that I made, and you're like, that was the best album. I was like, hell yeah, brother, that was great. I'm more of a Rain and Blood guy, but this album is absolutely amazing, and they're extremely based. Like Slayer, you guys, like, if you didn't pay attention to the lyrics back in the day, those bands were extremely political. Whether it was Slayer, like my band would be, if I were to pick like the bass band who had a bass message, Megadeth 100%. Megadeth's music is, I don't trust the government. I hate the government. And I have some sick ass licks and riffs to play for you. Because Dave Mustaine is hands down the best songwriter out of the big four, in my opinion. I don't know if I love Slayer. Slayer is my favorite band out of the big four. But Dave Mustaine songwriting was second to none when it came to that stuff. It was great.
One of the greatest shows I saw, again, at the Aragon Brawl, they called it the Aragon Brawl Room back in my day. But one of the best shows I saw there was Corrosion of Conformity with Megadeth. And Megadeth, he must have been on all of the drugs because he played everything like twice as fast. Like it was just unbelievable. He was just flying through the songs. I'm like, this is like twice as fast as the record. And but yeah, like there's a lot of that in metal, and going back all the way to Black Sabbath, all that stuff's anti-war, and like they were like peaceniks, but they played a heavier style. And Slayer's the same way. They said Slayer's like all about like this evil stuff and Nazis and whatever, and it was really like warning people about like that's what the war pigs are about.
Will said Metallica was the best. I love Metallica. And I didn't see Black Sabbath until like within the last, I don't know, 8 or 9 years. And poor Ozzy, bless his heart, and rest in peace.
Oh, Ozzy was my first show. That was the first show I ever went to, was Ozzy.
So he came out and asked for an encore. Like everybody was like, okay, this is done. Let's go. And he comes out and he's like, encore, like begging people. So he played another song for us.
I love Ozzy. I was raised on Sabbath. I come from a long line of musicians. My biological father was a musician who had a little bit of success in the late 70s and early 80s. Not commercially, but he made a living out of playing music for a while when I was just a little baby. He was able to go to bars and they were playing gigs 4 or 5 nights a week and making money. Because back then, like, bars actually paid money for bands to show up and play if they were good, like whether they were a cover band or not. But my dad's band got to a point where like they would play, one of their sets would be all originals and people loved it, But life happens, you have more kids, and he had to put that to the side, But and then my mom married later on my adopted father, who was also a musician. Mama Buds had a type. Mama Buds definitely had a type. She would kill me if you're listening. I'm sorry, Mom, but Mom was a little bit of a groupie. She loved her rock and roll people or whatever. I mean, how can you not say that? Your dad and your stepdad are your freaking, your parents. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to say otherwise. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening. I doubt she is. She doesn't care for my content too much.
She just reported you to YouTube.
Well, I mean, hey, if I've probably had a half a dozen shows taken down from YouTube by now. So, I mean, whatever.
Well, talking about 80s music, we have a fellow Irish American, and I say fellow because I am 13.
Oh boy, here we go.
Stop.
Amity sees me and you, Sean, and she's like, that's a club I want to be in. That's what Amity.
Look,
Amity's like, I want to be one of you.
Before I was worried about surveillance, I actually had that DNA kit done by Ancestry. And I'm 13% Irish, even though I'm probably from the Irish, Scottish, like Protestant part of Ireland.
Doesn't
even
count.
Though I've converted to Catholicism, so we're all like Irish Catholics here now. Well,
doesn't count. I'm vetoing the 13% right now.
Okay, I'm 13% Irish.
I'm vetoing it.
Anyway, a fellow Irish American blooded the brave. Okay.
That's my dog.
Sean's homie. All right. So on X, he's at the Brave Rebel. everybody should follow him at The Brave Rebel. And you can find his content, Blooded the Brave, on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever you get your music. So he's an MC with like an 80s rap hip hop vibe, which I love, which, Free probably doesn't love because, it's like the Rob bass.
I don't like any of those words.
Yeah, Kid and Play,
I don't like any of those words.
Type feel. But his tunes are like anti-government, anti-war, anti-surveillance, anti-establishment. And, like he challenges people to like question what you're told. So, all his lyrics are like really hard hitting and questioning the government. So I love it. And he's a friend of ours on X. And I just think, night.
It's 4:30. Grumpy's got to leave.
Love you, mean it.
Grumpy. Love that guy.
So Blooded the Brave. So like some of his albums are called like Ruby Ridge Kids and
Free the State from Your Mind.
Yeah.
Throw the Shoe. I'm sorry. It's Throw the Shoe.
Welcome to the Watch List.
Yes.
So, and he just had a new album come out like last week, I think.
It's been a couple weeks now. Yeah. But
a couple weeks. It's called The Wizard. And I've just recently listened to, all the new tunes on that. And it's really good. So highly recommend.
It's rebel music. He's it's anarchist hip hop. That guy's a fellow anarchist, and really like lyrically, he says the things that people are afraid to say. I would guarantee you he's on a watch list with me. But
Brock has told me that I'm probably on 4 to 6 federal watch lists.
Who told you that?
Grok.
I can tell you something funny.
What?
I have a client whose son who had this was a couple years ago now. Her son just graduated college and got a job with the FBI. And I have a really good repertoire with these people. I painted all their houses. They have multiple homes. And whatever.
Did you go trois on that repertoire?
Repertoire.
Did you go trois?
Menage a trois, something like that.
Repertoire.
But yeah, and so
I didn't realize this was a bilingual podcast. I should have brushed up.
No, mom.
You're just saying, Free, you are so adorable. I love you.
Oh my god.
He's like, damn it. I didn't lose my train of thought. So
Amity, switch to water, please.
I asked him straight up. I was like, hey man, like, check to see if I'm on any watch list. He goes, yeah, why? I said, because I just whatever. He goes, yeah. I said, I talk on social media. And he hadn't quite moved out yet. He was moving actually to Virginia. He was moving to Virginia, but he hadn't moved quite yet. And the next day I come to work and he had, he's getting ready and he's all suited up, looking good, in a suit, and he came downstairs and he's like, what the hell did you do? And I was like, nothing, dude. What do you mean? He goes, you're on multiple list. And he goes, what did you do? I said, I had an opinion. He goes, oh, you're one of those guys. I said, yeah, I'm one of those guys. He goes, well, keep doing what you're doing. And that was that.
Nice.
Now, when it comes to
Jake says that my White Claws are basically water free. Just saying.
Oh my god. You should see my bar tabs. That's all I have to say.
Oh, I bet you those are expensive. I bet you at the bar. Shit, man. Everything's expensive at the bar. I just paid $8 for a freaking IPA, a pint of IPA. Like, what the shit, man?
Well,
oh my God,
be back there on Tuesday, and we'll have some more bar tabs.
We went out. We got 2 sandwiches, an app, and like a couple drinks each, and it was $120. It was insane.
Right.
Like it's basically like grilled cheese. Like
we just need to stay home and drink your Walmart delivery.
Yeah.
No, dude, it's crazy to go out though. It really is crazy to go out. Like my wife and I, we're brunchers, we're day drinkers. We don't really go out at night too often or whatever. But even to go to brunch, say you get 2 cocktails and a couple of meals, you get 2 cocktails each and a couple of meals and maybe an appetizer. Cause like her and I are both service industry rats. We met working in a restaurant. I actually met my wife working at an Olive Garden of all places. You know what I mean? So like Yeah.
Did she get unlimited Sean then?
Not at first, because she absolutely despised me for 2 years. For the first 2 years we knew, and I didn't like her either. It's kind of wild. People don't believe when I tell the story, but like, we were not cool. Oh my goodness, what is going on here?
The comments are fire.
Travis Appalachian Liberty says he's on every watch list on purpose. And then Dan said, if this is me on White Claw, he doesn't want to see me on bourbon. No, you don't want to see me on bourbon because dark liquor makes me sick.
Facts.
Bourbon's so good, though. Bourbon's so good.
No, you missed the next one. The next one, Jake said, is this Today's Music Sucks and Restaurants Are Too Expensive show? We did go a little boomer on it, but
yeah, I mean, let's get back to the Gen X. Let's rein it back in.
We do sound like old people, though. It's like, oh my God, everything's expensive and whatever. But it's like, holy shit, man. How are you supposed to go take your significant other out without it like costing you your toes?
It's expensive and it sucks. It's like Cisco food and it's expensive. Like I could deal with one or the other, but that it's both really pisses me off.
If there's live bands, then it's okay. If there's not, then we just stay home. That's the solution.
Yeah.
We stay home a lot, but we also do our brunching and stuff like that as we can. Like she's got her career now, so it's a little different, you know. She's been in school for the last 3 years, so she finally graduated and got her career, and it's like, wow, it's kind of a different animal. But you know, at the end of the day, let me ask you guys something both. What decade had the most bass music? 70s? Actually, 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s? Because the 60s count too. That was Vietnam era and some of the 70s. So who had the most bass music?
Eagles, Leonard Skinner. Yeah, I'd say the 70s. Of course, I love 70s, 80s, and 90s, but 70s is probably my go-to for my favorites.
No, it's for sure the 90s. There's no doubt about it. Like, you know, the best rock and roll was in the 90s. The best live shows were in the 90s. I went to, like, I think the first 5 or 6 Lollapaloozas. Those were all just absolutely lit.
You went to those?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It used to be a touring festival. Fun. It wasn't a thing that was in Chicago for a weekend, and that was that. Like Lala used to tour everywhere. Like I saw some of the best bands.
I didn't ever go to those.
I saw Nirvana. I saw the Chili Peppers. I saw Soundgarden. I saw
Alice in Chains, Metallica.
I never saw any of them.
Tool, Living Color. Living Color, I will die on this hill. Living Color is the most underrated band of all time.
Okay, let me tell you.
They're really good. We actually agree on music. Look at that.
The Cult of Personality is one of the most important songs ever written, and I will die on the hill for that. I will die on that hill. Like, just the whole lyrically, the whole music behind it. Like, look in my eyes, what do you see? The Cult of Personality, neon lights, Nobel Prize. When a leader speaks, that leader dies. You know, only you can set you free, like stuff like that. That's all in that song. It's like, wow, that is powerful shit. And if you watch professional wrestling, CM Punk actually walks out to that song. Because
when you were saying like most important song, that was one of the ones that popped up for me. Is like I saw Living Color like 10 times live, and they were just absolutely amazing. You know, Corey Glover, Vernon Reed, you know, I mean, just an amazing band and severely underrated.
Oh, 100%. And as a matter of fact, their third album, and I can't remember what it's called. The CD was like red. It had a guy on it and it was all red in the background. That is a banger, dude. Like, that album is probably their best work. It was so heavy. It was so heavy, man. And it was just a great album. You know who else was awesome in the 80s, though, and extremely based like that? And that wasn't rock and roll? Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode wrote a song called People Are People.
That was a good song.
Which is like, still to this day, so powerful. People are people. So why is it that we can't get along type thing? And it like, I can't understand what makes a man hate another man, because it's just that it just stuff like that. The lyrics were deep back then. It was crazy. Bands like them,
Amity, that was the one I was imitating the other day. Dave Gahan. I was doing the Dave Gahan imitation for you, and you had no idea what I was doing.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, that tracks.
Slightly have dementia.
Stain by Living Colour. That's the album you're thinking of.
Yes, that is a fantastic.
Stained is another good band.
Which band?
Stained.
So I'll tell you what.
Aaron Lewis.
I didn't really appreciate Stained. Like, I liked them back in the day when I was coming out of my teen years or whatever, and they were just getting popular and it was cool. And as a matter of fact, my buddy Jim and I used to call the radio station and request songs. And the rock jock was Carolyn Stone. And we used to call her like every weekend, all wasted, and be like, hey, can you play Stain for us or whatever? And she played Mud Shovel, and she's like, this one's for Jim and Sean. And it was the best thing ever, I swear to God. And, it was just a time of like awesomeness. And yes, I did ask Carolyn Stone to marry me on the radio, and it was quite hilarious. And she said no.
I saw Aaron Lewis in concert a few years ago. And of course, he was the lead singer for Stain. So he sang some Stain songs. Huh?
By himself, solo.
Yes.
Okay.
Because he's like a country artist now, like country.
Was this at a mall or something, like a mall opening, or
no? It was a county like field,
that makes more
venue.
sense.
But he has this song about am I the only one?
Yes.
The political song, that is like so amazing. And then he has another song called Tangled Up in You. It's a love song. So free, play it later.
Oh boy.
Somebody's another good love song by Aaron Lewis. Just listen to that too.
Beautiful.
So it's great. I actually like his solo stuff a lot.
Yeah, I love his solo stuff.
He did come here, and it was the same thing. He played at the Armada Fairgrounds. It wasn't like a big thing or anything. He went to the farm town in the thumb of Michigan, because yes, Michigan is a mitten, and he played at the fairgrounds in the thumb area. And it was quite
Will said that he's somewhat libertarian and mostly conservative.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, but very conservative.
Mark just said something about Fred Durst. Oh, love Fred Durst.
Fred Durst went off.
Oh boy.
Fred Durst. Okay, so Fred Durst. Let me tell you something about Fred Durst. If you ever saw Limp Bizkit back in the day, there was nothing like it. I'll never forget. I was at a show, and he said straight up, I don't give a fuck if you're in the nosebleed section or wherever you are. You get your ass down here to the main floor and fucking party, dude. Water? Who's drinking water? Not me.
Amity.
You're encouraging me to do more shots.
So Limp Bizkit, like, they're okay, and like first time I saw them, they were pretty interesting. But there was a streak that I was on where they were the opening band for everyone I saw. They opened for Korn. They opened for I saw them like 10 times in a year. I swear to God.
I don't like Korn.
And it was like I could not escape Limp Bizkit, and like we'd go to a show, we'd be like, oh my God, Limp Bizkit's opening again. Because that was back when you had to like get your tickets from Ticketmaster, and like there was all this stuff, and like a lot of times it wouldn't have the opening band on it, so you'd show up and you'd see the marquee and you'd be like, God damn it, it's Limp Bizkit again. Like,
we're good.
Let's hang out in the parking lot for a while. We'll go in later.
Shout out to Sean. Frank the Tank is coming out of retirement for the Detroit Lions. Frank Ragnow, that's who he's talking about. Hell yeah. Finally, we need an offensive line, but kiss my ass 24-19. I don't know who that is, but he's got the Sherpa Durka guy as his
Bears
pick. Mohammed Jihad. If you've ever seen that, I can't even remember the name of the movie now. America, fuck yeah. That's the picture that he's got on.
There is a song by Eminem that talks about Fred Durst and Christina Aguilera.
Oh yeah, of course. And had to argue over who she gave head to first. Yes.
Yeah, I love Eminem.
I loved Eminem until he got political. I really did.
Right.
Like,
and now he's a piece of shit.
My thing, okay, so check this out. If you're a band who made music about politics, great, dude. That's cool. I feel like you can talk about it. But if that wasn't your niche and then all of a sudden you want to get political, shut the fuck up, dude. No one cares. You know what I mean? Like
just sing your songs.
Yeah, like it's one of those things like, okay, Rage Against the Machine, even though they sold out. Yeah.
They're raging for the machine now.
You know, it's so unfortunate. I mean, it broke my heart. And as a matter of fact, I was one of those idiots who spent like over $300 on tickets to see them when they were getting back together. And then COVID came and they had to cancel the show. And I was like, okay, great. I got my money back or whatever. And then when they came back and said, we are only going to play vaccinated shows, I was like, I'm not buying that. Like, I'm not buying your tickets to have a segregated concert. Plus, I'm not vaccinated. Go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not doing this.
Yeah, Will said if you follow your favorite musicians long enough, you eventually find out they're kind of retarded.
That's so Rage Against the Machine. Like, aren't singers ever a deal breaker for you? Because I can't stand that guy. Like, I just think he's whiny and, you know, screechy and just he's annoyed me since day one. And so like they were always a deal breaker for me. I saw them. There were another one that was at like I think they were at the original Lollapalooza. And he just annoys the shit out of me.
That's how I am with Rush. Like their music is fucking amazing, but I cannot stand their lead singer's voice. Like
he's terrible.
I can't listen to it.
I'm with you there.
I
used to call him
so like instrumental music and no vocals.
I need a shot now because you guys are breaking my ever-loving heart right now.
One of my buddies was huge into them, and as you know, I'm a little sarcastic, and so I used to pretend that I thought his name was Kathy Lee, just to piss him off. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, you listen to Rush? Isn't the singer Kathy Lee?" And he'd get so mad every time.
He's
lyrically though. Oh my god!
Not listen to it. I can't.
The lyrics were all Neil Peart, who's he was kind of libertarian, right?
Neil Peart was just a guy who he never claimed anything. You might have thought he might have been a libertarian. I don't necessarily know what they were. They were.
I think he in interviews talked about Ayn Rand and stuff like that. So, but like, I used to call him Neil Peart Plus, and that also pissed off my friend.
One of the greatest live bands I've ever seen, honestly, Rush. Swear to God. As a matter of fact, the first time I ever saw Rush was in the very early 90s. And Ann Erickson, who actually is a local rock jock for the Detroit radio station here, her and I follow each other on X. And if you're watching, get on my show. Hurry up, please. I've been talking to you for a while. Let's do it, baby.
One of my buddies on here that's Canadian, anytime he posts music, I'll reply with, there are no good Canadian bands, and just period, you know, and that, you know, I like stirring it up a little bit.
By the way, speaking of X, apparently we're having Twitter wars, and I have more viewers on my stream than either of y'all's.
Well, yeah, because they're thinking that you're drinking enough that you're gonna like fall out of your chair or something. Like this is must see TV here.
Well, I mean, it's always must see TV on Buds in Reality. One way or another, something crazy is going to come out of my mouth, no matter what. It's just what it is. I can't help myself. It's just
I'm having a blast.
But no, check this out. You say that, but there's been a couple bands out of freaking Canada that have been, and I'm going to say Rush, but you know who else?
Bare Naked Ladies. If you say Bare Naked Ladies, I'm hanging up right now. I'm
Wait, isn't Justin Bieber from Canada?
No.
I'm rage quitting.
And retarded. We're not doing that. No.
I like Justin Bieber.
No. I'm talking about Billy Talent. You ever hear of Billy Talent?
I don't think so.
Dude. Oh, man. They have a song called Viking Death March. Actually, I need to pull up the lyrics to this, and you guys are going to be like, "Holy shit!"
Nickelback.
Nickelback. No.
I love Nickelback.
I hated Nickelback before it was cool to hate Nickelback, and it's kind of funny. So me and Jim, this guy right here, years ago, they used to pass out free vouchers to go to this place called Pine Knob for concerts or whatever.
Free? Do you like Nickelback?
So, all right, I got a Nickelback story. So. when I was in college, one of my buddies worked at like this really cool record store called the Crow's Nest, and they used to get free tickets to now I'm blanking on the name, the Metro. So he'd get free tickets to the Metro, and we had nothing better to do. So we'd show up at the Metro at like 5:00 on a Friday night, and there'd be like 6 bands, and like the headliner wouldn't be on till like 10. And so we show up one time, and the first band is Nickelback. And this is before anybody knew who they were. And they played, and there was like 50 people in there. And so they come out afterwards, and they're like mingling with the crowd and stuff. And we used to get there early, and we could sit in the balcony where they had tables and bar stools and stuff. And so they came out and they hung out with us, and we drank beers with them. Super cool guys. And like, I mean, they definitely can play, and, you know, I mean, they're very poppy and, you know, hook oriented and all that, but just really nice guys. So I have a soft spot in my heart for those guys. So
I mean, my Nickelback story, I guess, would give me a soft spot in my heart because it's so damn funny, but we got all these free vouchers to go to this Nickelback concert, right? At Pine Knob, which was an outside amphitheater. You can go, all the free shit was, you know, in the lawn seats or whatever, which is where you want to be anyways, because that's where the party's at. But as we're leaving,
oh boy. Here we go. It's off the rails.
I'm gonna go get another.
As we're leaving,
Amity, get water. You're looking for water, Amity.
We're walking to our cars. We're all fucked up. We're trying to figure out where our car is. And we walk past this car, and it's bouncing up and down, dude. And we all look in the window, and this guy's freaking giving this girl the business, dude. He's banging her or whatever, dude. And what does Jim do? He bangs on the window and says, "Hey, man, you need any help in there?" And I'm like, oh, my God. We all take off running like a bunch, giggling like a bunch of schoolgirls. We like got to get out of there. Jim, if you're still on here, I really hope you remember that story because I do with all my whole heart. And it was so funny, dude. It was just, that's my Nickelback story. But let's talk about Billy Talent for a minute. Viking Death March, dude. This song, I listen to this before almost every podcast or anytime I'm going to speak somewhere in front of people because it gets me really jacked up. Woo! He says, you don't have to stay in your lane. No, you don't, dude. That was so funny, though, man. He pounded on the window and asked, it was the best ever. But check this out. Listen to these lyrics.
That is great.
Down, let's take it down. Raise up their heads on a stake. We will show no mercy on evolution's mistake. Change, we'll have to wait if we can't decide on a fate. Self-appointed prophets and doomsday charade. You preach about love and teach about fate, but all your beliefs are still rooted in hate. Holy shit, dude. That is extremely based. And that was actually written. They're a Canadian band. That song came out in 2012 during the Obama administration. I don't know who the Canadian president was at that time, but they were literally saying, and then crosses to burn, axes to fall, down on your knees, you don't look so tall. Like, what? That is extremely crazy bass. Like, this is why I love music so much, is because it hits close to home. Just some of this stuff that they talk about, or even like Oliver Anthony, Rich Men North of Richmond.
Yeah, he's just right down the road from me.
I cried my eyes out the first time I heard that song.
Yeah,
that's like everything that I've been talking about for the past however many years when that song came out. Put into a song. The first time I ever heard that, I was weeping like a child. I'm like, what the hell, dude? Are you some kind of sissy? Like, are you kidding me right now? But that's deep shit. That is seriously deep, dude. And nobody was saying that at the time in the music scene, period. You know, he's talking about, you know, people being poor and like the banks and stuff like that. Like, it was like, you don't hear shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's some rural areas, you know, in Virginia. He's in Farmville, which is just a little bit west of me. And, you know, I grew up in Richmond and the Richmond suburbs. And, you know, just hearing that really hits home for me because, you know, policy is made north of us in Northern Virginia. And, you know, we feel like, you know, it's not really Virginia. Like, Washington, D.C. is, I don't want to get into politics, but yeah, it really hits home because, there's a whole state full of people who, just want to live their lives and be left alone. And the government just north of us is making all these decisions for us. And,
But I think that's every state. Like here in Michigan, Detroit and Lansing run the show for the whole state. In California, it's Sacramento and LA run the whole show. Like, what is it in Florida, Free? Like, who runs the show there? Is there two cities or one city that completely runs the show in Florida?
No, we've got a bunch of red counties and blue cities, but the state legislature and the national elections, like senator and all of that, like are usually Republican.
Travis said, isn't Lamb of God from the Richmond suburbs? Yeah.
Actually, I think they're a bunch of massholes. I think they're from Massachusetts. That was the thing. They called themselves massholes back then. I think they came out of that scene with Killswitch Engage and bands like that, during that time with the whole metalcore movement. I could be wrong. Slick Will might know a little bit more about that. He goes, yes. Or no, maybe they are from Richmond. I thought they were massholes. I used to have a DVD for Killswitch Engage, and they were talking about massholes because the metal scene that came out of Massachusetts was extremely insane.
No, we have a lot of music from Richmond.
They're from Richmond.
Less politics, please. More music. If you'd like, you can lead a prayer. Politics is boomer. Yeah. Let's not do politics.
He says, no, Michigan doesn't need Lansing. Thank you very much. That's how I feel too, man. But we have it. We're stuck with it. It's crazy. Oh, Zack Attack says, let us talk Killswitch. I don't know if Free or Amity are familiar with Killswitch Engage, nope. But they are very, I'll call them a spiritual band. Lyrically, I wouldn't necessarily call them a Christian band, but they're a very spiritual band, and I really appreciate them a lot. Just some of their stuff is absolutely off the rails, like very God-esque oriented, and I appreciate that stuff just because, I love Christ or whatever.
Amen.
Now, okay.
If that calls me a boomer one more time, though, we're going to have words.
Who said boomer? Who said that?
Zach. He's calling us boomers.
Who?
Zach.
Oh, I'm not seeing that. Zack Attack, you're a freaking millennial, you son of a bitch. But anyways, no, I love Zack Attack, dude. He's great. He is totally awesome. What do you say? Florida also birthed a lot of the death metal bands. Did they?
Death is one of my favorites.
Don't get me going. Chuck Schuldiner, peace. Oh my God. If you know Death, dude.
I love Death. And the other one that's a Florida one is Obituary. Two of my all-time favorites.
Oh my God. I didn't know that Obituary. Dude, I wasn't a big Obituary guy, but Death is one of my favorite bands of all time. And Symbolic, that album, everybody needs to listen to Symbolic. Holy smokes. You want to know about Based? Listen to Death Symbolic. They have a song called 1,000 Eyes. And just part of it is like privacy and intimacy as we know it will be a memory. It's all about being under surveillance. And that album came out in 1994, I believe, or 95, something like that. It was very, the whole album is very political and talking about government surveillance and stuff. And this was the mid 90s. I mean, this is, not 2025. I mean, this shit's been going on forever and ever and ever and ever. I mean, we could talk about songs where they speak of war and stuff like that. I mean, there's nothing new under the sun, whether, this is 2025, but nothing's really changed in the past 45 years.
A book just came out about Schuldiner, and I'm going to get it.
Oh man, we should actually get that book, read it, and then do a pod about it, because that would be badass, dude. Death was the beginning of death metal in general. I don't believe that there would be any death metal without the band Death. Chuck was way ahead of his time. It's a shame he got sick and died. He didn't die typical rock star fashion. He actually got sick and died.
He had like brain cancer or something.
Something like that. He got very sick and lost his life. It wasn't one of those things where like he OD'd or something like that, which is that's what I call typical rock star fashion is the guys who, you know, put themselves to sleep for good and stuff like that, which is not uncommon in that world, which is sad to say. They just really, oh, wait, what?
That's crazy.
What song? I need to know
we need to know this now.
Yeah. We can't
Kat just reposted the stream and said happy Thanksgiving. Kat Knowles. Hey, Kat.
Oh, Kat's awesome.
Hey, Kat, thank you so much for reposting.
Florida's going to win this weekend, Kat.
Who's Florida playing?
Florida State. She's a Knowles fan. My son goes to Florida, so big rivalry weekend. They call it hate week here.
Me and Zach Attack have a big rivalry weekend. It is a Michigan versus Ohio State, which is probably one of the biggest rivalries in sports, period.
Or you like to think that.
Oh. Ask Stephen A. Smith. He'll tell you.
Yeah. Speaking of sports rivalries.
I'm listening.
Yeah, you stop talking.
I'm listening.
I know.
Oh, the White Claws got her.
Amity likes a good Amity joke. Here we go.
Amityville. We have officially entered Amityville.
Here we go.
That's what we're going to call it.
The hands over the face.
Yep. Amityville has arrived.
No, without me.
No, we're going with you, whether you like it or not. Okay.
So I've been a Cowboys fan for like 30 years, right? Except I loved the Super Bowl shuffle when the Bears in the 80s like were in the Super Bowl and they did that song on MTV. It was so cool.
Yeah, Bears.
Yeah, so now of course I'm dating a boy from Chicago, from the South Side. And so now I have to be a White Sox fan and a Bears fan. And they're kicking ass. So I think I'm a good luck charm.
I tried talking you out of both of those, by the way, just for the record. I was not.
No, but I think I'm a good luck charm
in favor of that.
because they're 8-3 now. Like, when's the last time they were 8-3? It's because
probably the Super Bowl shuffle would be my guess on that one.
So it's because of me.
The Lions.
So
thank the Detroit Lions for your success.
You're welcome.
Well, they still have to play the Lions twice, so I'm not getting mouthy.
They already played once. We beat your ass.
Oh yeah, we got to play the Packers twice, right?
But unfortunately, I have a feeling when we play again, it's going to be a problem for Detroit.
We have no defense, so.
You have our offensive coordinator now, and we are struggling here in Detroit because of it. You're like, we can't score. We can't do anything. We barely beat the fucking Giants on Sunday. Come on, man. You guys are about to do something very serious, and I love it and hate it at the same time because I do still follow Ben Johnson, and he is absolutely great. And him and Dan Campbell are actually still good homies. So
we're going all the way to the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, here we go.
Who is?
Telling you.
Who's going to the Super Bowl?
The Bears.
No.
Yep.
No.
I keep trying to tell her.
I mean, they're going to go to the playoffs and they're going to make some noise. Oh, my God.
I'm an optimist.
There it is. Madonna's Frozen. Oh, my God. I'm so listening. This is the first thing I'm doing when the show is over is listening.
Like Frozen, the musical?
Yeah. No. Madonna has a song called Frozen.
How much trouble could we get in if I just played it on my phone?
I mean, YouTube's gay, so whatever. Oh, I just said gay. They might kick us off anyways.
Copyright's free.
He goes, now, listen to it now. Screw it, dude. Put it on. I don't care if YouTube kicks me off. They hate me anyways. What else is new? Oh, my gosh.
Are you really going to play it?
It's going to be like 2 commercials, so you got to give me a second here.
Damn commercials.
The chat is lit tonight.
Oh,
the chat is lit.
Amity, there's single girls in my area.
Oh, yeah?
According to YouTube.
Well, I'll be down there on Tuesdays. Hold off.
Hey, at least you get, dude. I get fucking porn bots in my freaking X going like, and it shows up as like a special message, not in my chat. Like I have to click on it. Uh-oh. No, turn it up. I can't hear.
It's getting louder.
Is it an instrumental? Oh, I like it already. He said it is an instrumental. If I could, dude, I remember this song. Oh, I get it now. I love it. Oh my gosh.
That's lit.
Amity went to get more carbonated water.
Yeah.
Is that what she's hiding in her sippy cup?
Somebody trip her.
It's all good, man. This is the night before Thanksgiving. It's the biggest bar night of the year. Thank you so much for tuning in. Seriously, it's just a good time to just talk, man. It really is. Like, it's exhausting to just do the political thing every single week, time after time, or even get on social media and be like this, that, or the other. Like, do you ever get sick of it? Seriously, do you guys ever get sick of it? Because I do. It's annoying.
That's why I started the game shows. I got really sick of it. I was a big Chase Oliver supporter during the last election, and just, my social media was toxic, and just, people that, had no lives and were just miserable people. Like, I think they had alerts set for me and were just absolutely trashing me all the time. And, so I got through the election cycle, and, I just was so burnt out. And, I talked to Terry and I talked to Casey, and I was like, I have this crazy idea. I'm like, I want to start doing this game show. And I'd done elements of that. Like, I'd interviewed Chase, and I'd done like I think I did the fill in the blank one, which I call Blank the Government. Like, I did a couple of like the little things I do on the game show and in some of my interviews. And I was like, I'm going to, take those things and I'm gonna put it all together and I'm gonna make it a whole game show. I'm like, tell me I'm crazy. And they were both like, I actually love the idea. And, so that's where it came from, because like, yeah, I mean, it's a real toxic space to be in, and it wears on you. And so, the thing I want to do is I want to bring people together, and I want to elevate good people. And, I've been jokingly calling it like libertarian speed dating, where, you get opinions from like 3 different people on, the same topics. And you could say, I like his opinion or I like her opinion. I'm going to follow them. And, so that was my reaction to just absolutely hating the last election cycle. And I was right, because Trump sucked.
I thought you said you started the game show to meet me.
Well, no, once I started the game show, I'm like, who I want to get on is Amity. But
nice.
So, so December 8th of 2024.
Oh, here we go. Remember, you've been drinking some of the truth serum there. So, pump the brakes maybe.
Man, she's getting like exact dates and everything going. So let's hear it. Let's go.
Yeah.
So before he named it, Are You Smarter Than a Politician? He called it Not a Real Libertarian, or Are You Not a Real Libertarian?
I kind of remember that.
You're not a real libertarian. And it was just shit talking with my buddies. Yeah.
So I was on your show, Sean, and I wore the shirt that said Not a Real Libertarian.
Oh, yeah.
And he saw that where I posted it, and he commented, he's like, oh, well, I need to have you on my show then. So that's where it all started.
Oh, that's pretty slick, bro. That's pretty slick. Come on my show, baby.
Yeah.
That's great.
So we're coming up on a year where like our first message was.
Wow.
Where this all started. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I remember you messaged me. You're like, I'm kind of talking to Free right now. I was like, that's great, dude. That's like, what's going on? And you're like, oh man, things are going good. And then all of a sudden you're like, I'm going down there. And I was like, oh yeah, do it, dude. That's freaking awesome. And you're like, I want like one thing I want in this life is just for people to be happy, man.
There's been some behind the scenes shit before, all this happened. So yeah.
I mean, just, and that's like one of the reasons, like, I didn't want to, be public with all this stuff, but like, I've kind of embraced it because like, we've gotten such a good reaction to it. And, people have been kind of inspired by it. And then like, all right, if that's the vibe we're giving out, then like, I'm cool with that. But like, I think, whether it's a relationship or friendships or whatever, like, the one thing about X or social media in general is like, it's a good way to find your people or find your tribe. And, so like, it's important to have people that you enjoy and that talk about the same things that you like. And, like Sean, me and you got that with, politics, obviously, but also music and, our generation. And, it's cool to like, just be like, to get like random curveballs, like in my feed from you of like, here's Sepultura or whatever. I'm like, I love Sepultura, and just, it's important. Like we're so Chaos AD, just so badass. I saw them with, was it Pantera and Crowbar? And I think I'm still deaf from the experience, but, oh
man, Zack Attack says, oh wait, yeah, Soulfly.
Yeah, Soulfly.
That was Max Cavalera's project post Sepultura. That was not a good breakup. Sepultura. Look, you guys, if you want bass music, I'm going to tell you right now, this album, Chaos AD right here, is one of the most important albums ever, period. It's not just one of the most important albums in the metal scene. It's one of the most important albums ever because they were talking about government corruption, war, propaganda, like religion and stuff like that. And they just went ham on that album. And it was absolutely like incendiary to what was going on at that time, because this was early 90s coming out of the hairband era, and metal was kind of lost at that moment, when this album was coming out. Pantera was just really coming through. Like they had Cowboys from Hell, and they had a couple of, actually, this is funny. Pantera was actually a hair band before they were what they are as you know it. And Phil Anselmo wasn't their lead singer. I can't think of the old singer's name off the top of my head at the time, but it didn't work. And so Phil Anselmo came in. They got a different vibe. They got a groove metal going. Now Cowboys from Hell has Cemetery Gates and Domination and Heresy, and that was a great record.
But Phil was their singer with some of the hair band stuff, but it was Terry Glaze before that.
Okay, yes.
But the other thing I'd add to the Sepultura thing is, and I'm not like a big green person, like the green agenda or whatever, but I do believe that like we're trashing the environment, and like a lot of Chaos AD is about, like corporations bulldozing, like they're from Brazil, right? Like,
which was a different animal.
They're trashing their country, and a lot of it's about, like that they're destroying our country, which is like both, something that can be done physically and symbolically. So like, just straight up awesome shit right there. And also somebody, Travis said KMFDM and SOAD. KMFDM, I saw them with 808 State at the Congress Theater, I think. So yeah, I got you there.
My boy John got the shit kicked out of him in the KMFDM pit. And as far as System of a Down goes, woo, if you have never seen System of a Down live, you are missing out on life, especially like they're probably older now and they're not as pumped as they used to be. But I saw them tour on Toxicity, and I wish I would have saw them tour on the first album, really, because it was even more intense then. But boy, oh boy, when they toured on Toxicity, that was just like something out of this world. But they, the record before, they had a song called Pluck. And Plucks was an acronym for something that I do not remember at the moment. But the chorus was amazing. Revolution, the only solution. An armed response to an entire nation. Revolution, the only solution. We've taken all their shit. Now it's time for restitution. Whoa. That's freaking bass and incredibly deep. And they were talking about like their country. I had never heard of the Armenian genocide before System of a Down. They gave me a history lesson, kind of like Iron Maiden did with Run to the Hills and some of their music. So a lot of their music was a history lesson. Pluck was about the genocide that happened in 1913 or 1915. I can't remember. It's one of those years where the Turks came in and slaughtered all the Armenians. Mm-hmm. And so System of a Down is a complete Armenian band. They're all Armenian. All their last names end with IAN, which is a Armenian thing, kind of like ski with the Polish people, And so they really opened eyes to what happened there. And as a matter of fact, Barack Obama was the first president of the United States to acknowledge that was a genocide. Because they went in and the Turks killed them all. The Middle East has been out of control since the beginning of time. It's biblical, you know what I'm saying?
Are we getting political again?
I got some breaking news to break it up here.
Yes.
I just got a text message and my stream's beating your stream, Amity. So
no.
Enjoy
Bullshit.
that. Yep.
No. I gotta look. Okay, and I want to go to the chat real quick after I check this. Hang on. You have 456. I have 266. Oh my gosh.
I got 290.
Fuck. I was beating you up until a few minutes ago. Okay, so I'm going to go to the chat and maybe this will increase our streams because I'm going to spill some tea. So Sai said 100 points to Amity if she remembers what the spaces were called.
Oh, no.
Before the show were called. So I don't remember what the spaces were called, but 2 days before the Libertarian Convention last year, Free was doing a space. He's like, don't talk about this. Free was doing a space with Dr. Charles Boulay, who was running for president on the Libertarian ticket. And of course, I was campaigning for Josh Smith. And Josh was like, hey, this guy's doing a space with Charles Boulay. Let's hop on and see if we can debate him. So Josh got on and was talking to Free. And I was listening. And I was like, man, who is that guy? His voice is like so fucking sexy.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So
Sean, read some comments or
So 2 days later,
Sean, you can break a stream, right? Like you broke my game show for like a half hour. Can you press the wrong buttons or something?
Whoa. How did I break the game show for a half hour?
I'm still talking mute.
Remember you couldn't turn your video on?
Oh yeah, shit.
So Free was live streaming his space from the convention. And then 2 days later,
I need a drink. I'll be right back.
I gave, oh my gosh, he left. So 2 days later, I was giving Josh's nomination speech for president. And he saw, the clip that, of course, I have pinned to my profile, about the non-aggression principle being from the womb to the tomb.
Yeah.
And he thought that was pretty based. So here we were, like May of 2024. I was like, who is this guy in this space? And he was like, oh, she's pretty based. And then we didn't even really talk to each other until 6 months later. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So even before we started talking in like December of 24, in May of 24, we were both at the convention noticing each other and had no idea that, who we were.
I'm noticing you noticing me, girl. Is that what was going on?
Yes. That's what was happening. And he laughed because he's embarrassed now.
That's great. No, he said he's going to get a drink. I need another drink. I drank them all. They're upstairs. I'm screwed.
Mine's
You got one. Drink for me.
There he
If
is.
you want to kill 10 minutes, Amity will tell another story about us.
No, but the oh my God.
I thought the convention story was cool because, like, while I was up on stage and I was, a delegate and, trying to navigate all that, I was noticing him like around the convention center and had no idea who he was until later on when I was looking back in hindsight, like, oh my gosh, that guy that I was noticing, that was Free.
That's hilarious. I'm about to text my wife and tell her to bring me whiskey. Well, if everybody else is getting a drink, I need one too, damn it.
Right?
I can't be the host and leave the show. But no, so like, that's funny. I knew this was going to happen because
Will said it was Terry Glaze, so I was right.
she says, I'm not your waitress.
Oh my God.
I love my wife so much. She's great. She'll bring it. Oh, there she is.
And this year we're going to be at National together, and Free is going to do his live show.
She says she's shaking her head. She says she's not coming on here because she's been working 12 hours at the hospital.
Aw.
Thank you, baby.
Wait. Grumpy just said, Amity, are you still voting for Gnome / Mad Dog? I thought you went to bed, Grumpy.
Yeah.
He did say he was going to bed. How about this?
I'm not going to answer that right now.
The Libertarian National Convention in 2024 was an absolute disaster, and I totally picked it apart.
Yep.
Last year, on a certain particular show with a certain particular individual and I had receipts for days, but really in theory, that convention should have been deemed as illegitimate because they had illegitimate people voting on the floor. And I knew that for a fact. And I brought receipts and it was pretty wild, but like, that's not what we're here for. What we are here for is peace and love and rock and fucking roll, man. Like,
so Free taught my granddaughter peace, love, and anarchy.
Yes.
And now when we're on the phone and I'm babysitting my granddaughter, you can hear her in the background going, peace, love, and anarchy. It's so cute.
That's so badass though, dude. Like, we gotta bring these kids up right. So I'm down, dude. Like that is amazing. You want to know what's funny? Is for my one niece's first birthday party, she got a copy of Anatomy of the State by Murray Rothbard.
Nice.
And for
people are talking in the chat about Rob Yates announcing his LNC candidacy and saying Rob is based. I agree. Rob Base.
Rob Base.
Yeah.
I want to rock right now. I'm Rob Base and I came to get down.
That should be like his theme song for this convention.
But no, like
Free doesn't like it.
No.
I mean, the Libertarian Party needs something. I just don't see them bouncing back from what happened last year, but that's just my own personal thing. I don't wish them any ill will or anything. I do hope they do figure it out and they do make some noise and put out some really good candidates or whatever. I do hope that. But
yeah, so I left I didn't really leave the Libertarian Party because I'm a lifetime member, but I joined the RLC. I created a chapter in Virginia. I was the chair of the Republican Liberty Caucus. See, now I'm drinking too much. I can't talk.
Are you now?
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed.
So I got a chapter formed in Virginia for the RLC. But, if we're going to run candidates and get more liberty-minded people in office, I'd love to see it happen, and I will support candidates in any party, but I don't see that there's a political solution. I'm moving more towards anarchy and
welcome. Hugs, welcome.
Yeah. I just don't see a political solution.
I think though, I mean, and you and I butt heads on this sometimes in the comments, Sean, but like, obviously I think we need to fight today, even though we both agree that the solution is, at a minimum minarchy, but the best solution would be anarchy. Right. But,
yeah.
But like, there's, nearly 1 million registered libertarians in the country. And, not to toot my own horn, but I mean, I think my numbers show that people are interested in a libertarian message. And so like, I don't know why you would give up just because of dysfunction. Like, I think you need to actually fight the dysfunction and, get people in there that can deliver the message, because like the only thing we really have going for ourselves is the message is freedom. You can't argue with freedom. Like state control and centralized planning like are never the answer. So like, we do have the right message. Like we're not trying to like give people like another flavor of statist garbage. Like we're actually the ones that have the right message. So like I just can't give up on it as easily as you have.
It wasn't easy, bro. I was a libertarian for 15 years. It wasn't easy, man. Like it wasn't like I was libertarian. I've been voting libertarian minus 2016. I voted for Trump, but like I was a libertarian since 2007.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
So Free has 787 people watching from his feed, and I only have 282.
I have 301.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, I appreciate it, dude. Like,
what's the fuck, y'all? I have more followers than y'all. What's happening?
Free and I are more insane.
I guess. That's okay. As long as people are tuning in for Friendsgiving and we're staying away from the political bullshit and we're just having fun.
Did you see how mad she is?
And like, look at this. We're at like on my end, I'm at 1,426 views right now. This is a big deal for something that's not political from our end. Like literally, people from our side would look at something like this, like a show like this, and be like, bread and circus, bread and circus. You know what I'm saying?
So I just said he switched to my feed, Amity. So
damn it.
But no, like bread and circuses are kind of important in a time like this, just to break away from the monotony and the insanity that we were seeing every other day. The news cycle doesn't sleep. I'll tell you a really funny story about last weekend about the news cycle never sleeping. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do this shot first.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It's not a secret that I fall asleep early. As a matter of fact, I'm usually passing out on my couch about 9:30 on any regular night. I bust my ass for a living. I'm in the trades. I work very hard. 9:30, I'm tired. I think it was last Friday. I passed out on my couch about 9 p.m. And I woke up at 1 a.m. wide awake. I couldn't sleep. I just was up. Pop on Twitter. What's the first thing I see on Twitter? Marjorie Taylor Greene is quitting. Or Marjorie Greene Taylor, whatever, MTG, MGT, whatever she is. I don't even know anymore. But anyways, she's quitting. I was asleep for 4 hours, dude. And that happened. The news cycle never sleeps.
That happened to me when, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I had a migraine headache that day. And so at lunchtime, I lay down on the couch. I walked away from my computer because I was working and I fell asleep.
Migraine headache, by the way. Migraine headache.
No. No, I really had a migraine and I fell asleep for a couple hours and I woke up and looked at my phone and it was like Charlie Kirk has been shot. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was just crazy. Like, you can step away for a couple hours and come back and the world has crumbled around you.
That broke my heart. Charlie Kirk broke my heart because I wasn't like a super follower of his. As a matter of fact, I disagreed with a lot of what he was saying, but I also agreed with a lot of he was saying. But at the end of the day, that could have been any of us. That could have been you. That could have been you. That could have been anybody who has a voice on social media. It could have been any of us.
Yeah, I mean, I've had people in like the chat that I'm not supposed to talk about because like Fight Club or something.
Oh boy.
You're not supposed to talk about it if it's Fight Club.
Yeah. But there's a chat that I'm in and I've had people telling me like, make sure you're armed. Don't leave your apartment without, being protected because, it could happen to anyone. And it's kind of scary, that in times like this, people will execute you for your political views.
It's true. It's totally true. And it's sad because like, it's okay to have an opinion, even if you don't agree with somebody. It's okay, dude. I disagree with people all the time. I don't want to kill them for it, for crying out loud. Like, hey, we have a disagreements. We all walk away. We all go home. We all go home to our families. It's whatever, dude. It's something that we just have to, I don't want to say we have to deal with that because we don't have to deal with that. As a matter of fact, like,
yeah, I mean,
we need to get away from the TV and do what we're doing now, even though it turned into politics real quick and we'll get out of it. But like, no, we need to do what we're doing now and just have regular conversations. Like, turn off your television, go to a bar and talk to people, talk to your neighbors, talk to your freaking Democrat or Republican uncle. Like, just go talk to somebody. Just go do something that is normal instead of just sitting like we're all guilty of it. We all sit on X and complain about the government and fight with people we disagree with.
Yeah, I mean, my son is married to a very liberal feminist woman, and I love her to death. And when I go to Colorado and I visit my son and my daughter-in-law, I just don't talk about politics. I go to the local restaurants and the local bars, and we just don't talk about politics. And I love those people, and they're all fucking liberals. And it doesn't matter, like not everything is political.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It doesn't have to be.
You grow up like friendly with humanity and, not worry about what's going on in DC.
We didn't grow up like this. We did not. Like, none of us three are probably most of the people in the chat. Like, okay, so Free was funny. He put some analytics up there on some thread the other day, or maybe it was yesterday, and said who was listening to his show.
Right.
Which is a much broader version of mine. Mine is literally older millennials, 95% actually. 95% of my listeners are older millennials and Gen X people. And then 30% of those people are women. Those are my analytics, which is actually insane to me because I didn't think women really cared about this stuff. But if 30% of my people are women, hey, great. I think that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want everybody to listen. I want people to listen to your show. I want people to pay attention to what you're doing on social media, Amity. I want people to, pay attention to what the people in the chat are doing, just because we're offering solutions outside of the box. Like,
yeah, 80% of mine are male.
Really?
Yeah.
50?
80.
80. Oh my goodness. Does that mean Free has competition? Come on now.
I got no competition.
We have fanboys, but
that's my boy right there. He said, I ain't got no competition.
He has no competition.
That's what I'm talking about right there, though, is confidence. And men need to have more of that. Seriously. No, that was badass.
He has all the confidence.
Good.
And
good.
with good reason.
Confidence is key in any relationship, period. Like confidence is key. Like it's so like Zach Attack says free one. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Speaking of competition, I'm over 1,000, Amity. Where are you at?
What the fuck? Are you
Dang,
serious?
bro. Look at that.
Hang on. You're over 1,000?
Yeah. I could look at it right here on the computer. I'm not that retarded. I can look it up. This is badass. 1,054. I'm at 304 and you're at 295. But
you're getting beat by Sean now.
What was that?
I'm getting beat by you, Sean.
Finally.
But that's because I promoted your show all fucking day.
Oh, boy.
No. I really appreciate it because you guys have been posting all day where like nobody sees my stuff for whatever reason. You could probably go on go look up my page right now and you could probably see posts. I have 5,400 followers and I have posts that don't even get seen by 100 people. I'm serious. I
hope you get a bunch of new followers from this.
Please like, share, follow, and subscribe. We are doing big things here at Buds in Reality. There's going to be more things that come from this. This is just something fun we want to do and have normal conversations like normal people have, because it gets to be too much. It's exhausting. The political stuff is exhausting. There's no winners. There's only losers when it comes to us. They win, we lose. And we need to start figuring that out as I know anarchists and libertarians per se are against collectives, but like as a collective, we need to figure out like these people are not good for us.
So I just said bros before Amity shows.
So I said bros before Amity shows.
Grumpy Gnome has his name crossed out now. What happened? What happened?
He got censored.
Free only won because Amity found him.
That's fair. I'll accept that.
He says I'll accept it.
So Zach and Free and I actually.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
So the moment I knew I was in love with Free was when.
Oh my God, Amity.
Amity, you do realize like us fellas are not like super romantic into all that.
We did.
Amity thinks that this is the Lifetime channel and that this is like I own a Christmas tree farm, and she came back from the big city, and I don't even know.
So Zach and Free and I are Catholic, and we did a rosary together, and that was the moment I knew that.
Here we go.
I'll stop. Sorry.
My car is double parked. I might need to step out for a second.
Double parked in your own driveway? That's fancy.
That was my excuse I was going to use. Or maybe I could set my car alarm off by throwing a baseball out my window or something.
I love you. I'm sorry.
You got kids, man. Put them up to doing something. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is great, though. This is fantastic. But hang on a minute. Oh, shit. I lost it. Oh, Buds needs to sell flannels. Dude, I'm a freaking Gen Xer. We wore flannels. You're lucky I don't have a zip-up one. Zip-up flannels were the thing, man. If you guys remember zip-up flannels, you're my people.
Did you see Will said I love the Hallmark Channel?
So you want me to keep going?
Well, you might as well.
No.
He says,
Sean.
Free says no.
Dude. My dude.
Well, I mean, she's halfway there.
No, I was just talking about the day that Zach, Free, and I.
Amity, hold on a second. I got 1,100 views, and you're losing badly right now. Like, can we focus on that for a second?
Dude, we're at 1,800 freaking total. This is great.
I have like a bunch more followers than you, and you're.
Do you realize how less popular you've gotten since you've started talking about me? I feel like that's a sign from God.
I feel like my fanboys don't like me anymore because I'm not single anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
Those fanboys are probably living in their mama's basement anyway. So what the hell you want to date them for, anyways?
I don't even
I'm
care.
just saying, I have like 4 times the amount of people watching as Amity. So I'm just throwing that out there because I know that'll annoy her.
No, but this is good.
Down there on Tuesday, so.
Wait, who's this? What are they saying? Kiss my dude, Sherpa Durka
Just
guy.
out your turtleneck sweater, Sean. You know you'll still wear that thing.
Dude, oh my God. I have a feeling I know who this is now, you bastard. You son
Sean,
of a
do you have one of those mock
turtlenecks?
turtlenecks?
Unless he lets Amity spill the beans.
No. Will, I thought we were bros, Will. Come on, Will.
Oh my goodness. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, Zach
Wait,
Attack says, where's Zach?
There was a female Twitter account that shoved lost hundreds of followers after posting about getting engaged. If I lose followers because I'm in a relationship now, that's fine.
Kick rocks. Hey, Andrew is upstairs now, Sean. No, he's not. No, he's not. Andrew, my wife would eat Andrew, dude. Seriously. Like, no, he's not. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But no. So
one free, I watch on YouTube.
I'm not even counting
this is uncut yesterday on his show.
But you want to know what's funny, you guys? This is where it's at right here. This is where it's at. My voice is breaking like I'm going through puberty or something.
Kat said, "Congrats, Amity, with a ring." Yeah, I don't have a ring yet, Kat. So.
Oh boy, thank you, Kat. Thank you for that.
Don't be rushing stuff, yo. Take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah. Take it from me.
Pump the brakes.
Take it from me. Take it from the guy. Check this out. So I asked my wife to marry me on December 4th of 2014. And I was married by August of 2015. She was like, we're doing this right now. Don't rush it.
We're not in a hurry.
Plus, weddings are expensive and a waste of money, really. Like, if you're going to do the thing, just go to the courthouse or elope or whatever. Don't do the thing.
We're Catholic. It's a sacrament.
Oh, boy.
You're going to spend 50 grand for people to get fucked up and eat your food.
Nope.
I feel like I have an Amazon package coming or something.
No, I want to say one thing. Fuck the government. I don't care.
Oh, shit. There she is.
Oh, boy.
Let's go.
The government does not need to be involved in our relationship. So we're just having fun.
There it is. Yeah. There it is. I'm so glad that just happened. I'm so glad.
Who's Crayonic? I don't know who Crayonic is.
Let's see who's Crayonic. Who is Crayonic? Crayonic
was
got a little cute Yorkie, so I'm down with dogs. I love that. I think that was Stallone Kirk Russell movie. What?
No, there was one about us bumping uglies, so I thought it was somebody that knew us.
All right, giggity.
Oh boy,
bumping uglies. What's that? He says, "Oh boy."
I'd just like to throw out that Casey reposted Amity and not me, but I'm still winning. Just throwing that out there.
Casey, where's Casey's my boy, dog? Oh, Amity's popping White Claws again, or what? What the hell?
Here we go.
No, I'm out of White Claws.
Oh my goodness!
Pretty soon she's going to be drinking rubbing alcohol, so we're dangerously close to that moment.
I said no to drugs, but they wouldn't listen. All right.
How many viewers do I have?
Here, I forgot it. Shit. 200 for Buds. Oh boy. Wait.
I have 309.
I'm only beating you by 1,000.
It was Countdown to Extinction, dog.
How do you have 1,000 more views than me?
I'm more popular.
Because he's got
like 10,000 less followers than
He's got the show. He's got the show that gets all the views, and he's killing it right now. Actually, Free, let's talk about your show for a minute, please. Because I've been on there twice. I've had a really good time with it. So please plug it. You're allowed to do that here.
What do you want to know?
Travis is pulling for the underdog.
Plug it.
Yeah, so I do a game show called Are You Smarter Than a Politician? And it's a satirical game show where we use the game show format to teach liberty ideas and get issues out there. And like I said earlier, I was jokingly calling it libertarian speed dating because you get to see 3 different contestants and see who you jive with and find out if you want to follow them and hear more from them. But yeah, it's been an insane ride. We just had our 1-year anniversary, and shout out to Terry Batts, one of the greatest women, on the entire internet, but for sure in the liberty movement. And her and I have done 62 shows now, and I think we're nearing like 750,000 views on those shows. So like, I mean, it's been absolutely insane. And my favorite part about it is it's not like a me thing or a Terry thing. It's us and our friends and the community. And we have so many great people that are involved, and we get the chat involved. So like, obviously the chat does the scoring. And so we get so much out of the chat, and there's like, a bunch of my friends that are always in the chat and have become a major part of the show. Like, Scientific was on for the anniversary show. He's been a huge person since day one. And, Casey was on for the same show. I mean, I have the best friends, and we have the best community, and, Chris and, just so many others that just have been huge supporters. And I obviously, or honestly, my favorite part about it is it's not like a me thing. It's all of us. Right. And like, you've been on a couple of times. Amity's been on, multiple times. I've had so many awesome people on, and I think we've had over 100 guests at this point. And, that I've gotten to hang out with and have such a great time with so many people. It's just been, an amazing experience for me. So like, I'm humbled by the whole thing, and just, I love that I get to do it. And I'm still kind of shocked that people watch it, but it's a good time.
You're getting a ton of views, and it's absolutely fantastic. But let's talk about Terry Batts for a minute, because she is an absolute trip. I actually love her. She is hilarious. She cracks me up every time. And she's looking for a laugh too, which I genuinely love. But like, how can you follow Terry? We gotta follow. Everybody should be following Terry Batts, honestly.
Batts T76 on Twitter, and obviously Amity knows this, but like, not many people know how hard it is to deal with me on a daily basis. But I mean, Terry, like, she works it like it's a full-time job. And I mean, she's just absolutely amazing. And I mean, she's been beyond the show. She's been an amazing friend to me. And, she helped me with like getting my son into college. And like, I mean, you just don't know how amazing she is as a person. And, a lot of people don't realize how important she is for the show. So, all the love to Terry. She's just absolutely amazing. And I can't say enough good things about her.
Yeah, Terry's great. I want to go to the chat for a minute. Kat Golnose. She said I never followed her back, so she ghosted me. I don't know. I just followed you, Kat. I'm sorry.
Thanks for interrupting for that, Amity. That was very important.
I thought you were done. Sorry.
We were talking about the show, which is what I kind of do on the internet, but
well, Kat's one of your biggest fans, and
Kat's amazing. Yeah, follow Kat for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously you didn't, but like, everybody else should.
Well, I just followed her. Like, I'm just saying. So let me just say, I get like 100,000 to 1 million impressions a day. So my notifications are wild. Okay. I love all you guys. I want to follow everybody back. If I miss somebody, I'm very sorry. It's not intentional. So just,
well, even like, I have a smaller account than you guys, and even my replies, which are sometimes a lot and sometimes a little, but like, it gets hard to keep up with. But when you have like 40K followers, I'm sure it gets, to be a lot.
Yeah, like, it's really hard. I mean, like it's not malicious to anybody. Like I totally want to, be friends with like literally everybody. So
I mean, it's great to have. We need more allies in this life. We really do. Now,
yeah, and like free show is one of the best avenues for that because it brings a lot of people together in the chat. He has a lot of great Liberty minds on the, on the stage as contestants, and it's a great vehicle to, bring that message to the masses.
That's right. That's right. But now we're working on 2 hours here. It's the night before Thanksgiving. We should probably wrap it up. People gotta get ready for tomorrow. I mean, it's just one of those things. I'm gonna keep drinking. I know that. But thank you guys so much for doing this. This is something that should be happening on a regular basis, actually. Is just do a show, just having regular conversations with regular people. We just turn off the noise and just do regular things. Like I'm going to keep harping on this. He says, hell yeah, brother, get your pull. That is a dime bag Daryl thing. Absolutely. I'm going to get my pull tonight, dude.
Black tooth grin.
Yep. Black tooth grin, man. That's my God, man. That's the best. But we need to shut things off every once in a while and be normal people. We have to do this, not only for our own mental sanity, but for the mental sanity of this country. Like, get out there, go do something, go touch grass, go talk to people, go to a soup kitchen, go serve food, go help people, go be a person, go be a human being out there in the world. And like, we might just get better if we do that. We might just, maybe we could get better if we do that. I know that sounds crazy to some. I know that does sound crazy to some, but it doesn't have to be crazy. We did it. You, me, you, everybody did this growing up. We did this growing up. We didn't have social media to tell us who to be mad at or what to be mad at. We didn't have that. We just went out and lived our lives, man. And that's what we need to get back to, is that. And I love you guys so much for doing this. Seriously. We're at almost 2,400 views at this point. This needs to happen more often. And I would love to do this more with you guys. I would love to see you do this on your show or just whatever. Just have normal conversations. Just shoot the shit, man. I would love more than anything. We're all over the place. Like, the Liberty movement is all over the United States. It's all over the world. But what I would love more than anything is just for all of us to get around a bonfire and play some guitars and sing some songs, man. That would be so cool, man. Like, seriously. And that's how we used to do it back then. And if we got back to that just a little bit, we might be a lot better as people. And if that sounds insane, it sounds insane. But I don't think I'm wrong. I think that's just what it is. What do you got to say before we go?
Yeah, I just want to, if anybody wants to follow me at Amity Lee 13, I have been drinking way too much tonight. So
anemone.
I think
I was trying to help you there.
Smarter Game Show. Freeze Game Show is the best ever. Tuesdays and Friday nights at 8:00, and join me in the live chat. And yeah, that's it.
Free, my man.
Dude, I was thrilled to do this with you. I've been a fan of yours forever. And, I snuck in. I was Amity's +1. I had to hold her purse by the bathroom for a little while. I mean, it was worth it. But, it's like, again, one of the things I love about my show is I get to meet people that I absolutely, have the utmost respect for. And you're one of them. And you turned out to be cooler as a friend than you even are on your show. And like to tie into what you're saying, like, I love that we can do this, and whether it's, 100 views or 200 views or whatever it is, like that people get to meet you and your guests and hear like based conversation. And sometimes, the size of the audience doesn't matter. Like if you can just get people, like one person or two people or whatever, to hear what you're saying and like change one thing in their life or change one thing that they're thinking, like, and I think you do such an amazing job of that. So like, that's why I've always been a fan of yours. You don't give a shit about like the views or the algorithm or the keywords or any of that nonsense. And, you're must watch. So dude, I so appreciate that we're buddies, and, I love your show and I'll support you forever, and anything you need from me, let me know.
I very much appreciate that, because this isn't like, this isn't a glorious life. Like speaking about liberty and stuff is not glorious. As a matter of fact, it will make people very mad at you, whether it be your family or your peers or whatever it may be. And all most of us are trying to do is showcase a better way of life outside of the matrix per se. Like I feel like we do live in the matrix. Everything is I guess a simulation. Like it's so bizarre. We live in a bizarre life, and just to have conversations like this are important, because we are humans at the end of the day. We all have real lives. We all have real struggles, and it's okay to talk about that stuff. It doesn't have to be like fuck Trump or fuck Biden or fuck Harris or whoever it is. Like, whoever's in charge, like I said before, if we had 535 Thomas Masseys, like a lot of these podcasts wouldn't even be happening. But we don't have 535 Thomas Masseys. And that's unfortunate. But hey, guess what? We can try to work towards it or do something. Like I'm not, like, as an anarchist, I'm not mad at my minarchist friends. Honestly, if I were to have to choose right now, if somebody held a gun to my head right now and said, you have to choose what we have now or a minarchist society, my dudes and dudettes, we're going to go minarchist, dude, because at the end of the day, it's not that much different. Don't hurt people. Don't take their stuff. Don't violate private property. The big problem in between there is the state thing.
Well, like when you and I were talking about voting that one day, I'm like, I would drive like 30 miles out of my way to give these people the finger to go to my local school and vote. No problem at all. So like, I don't see why we would ever give that up. Even if I go in and I just don't vote on most of it, like, I just want them to know that I'm watching their asses and I'm pissed off.
I'd be more inclined to vote locally than I would federally. Like you'll never catch me at a federal election again.
But the federal stuff's always got local stuff attached to it.
Always, 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 which is why I did what I did in 24. Like I actually had homies on the ballot in 2024, and I promised it and said, hey, I'm going to vote for you.
Oh, so you did vote? This is news to me. This is news to me.
In 2024, I voted for my homies, but in everything federal, everybody got a vote. Whether it was myself, my mom, my dad, my dogs, Cajun Libertarian got a vote. Donnie Anthony got a vote. Like I was just writing motherfuckers in, to do it.
I didn't get a vote.
Did you?
That's rude. That's rude.
I don't know if you got a vote. I can't promise that or not. But like
Yannick in the chat said Pope Leo from Chicago. Handpicked Catholics are back.
South Side, baby.
Fuck yeah.
The Pope needs to call for some crusades. That's all I'm saying. And I will be there 100%. You call for crusades, I will be there on the side of Jesus Christ. I promise you that. Let's just put it that way. But you guys, dude, it's 9:05 tonight. I love you guys so much. Thank you for doing this. And for the people who are listening, if you decide to go out tonight, it is the biggest bar night of the year. And I'm going to sound like an old person right now. Please don't drive. Please don't drive. We have access to Ubers and Lyfts and stuff like that. Do not drive your fucking car.
Real quick, can you do a final score? Because Amity's not going to believe me tomorrow.
Oh no, it's not even close, Amity. I'm not even going to tell you the numbers, but it is not even close. Like
I'm at 313. Free is at 1300.
Oh no. Not on my end. Not on my end. Free is at 1800. I'm at 466. Amity, you're at 420 and I'm the pothead. That's bullshit.
420.
You are at 420 and I'm the stoner of the crew. That's great. They don't call me Buds in reality for nothing. You guys, I love you so much.
Appreciate you, brother.
Christ first, America only. Ave Christus Rex. Peace, love, and liberty. We are out of here.
Peace, love, anarchy.
Peace, love, and anarchy. Better believe it. Love you guys so much. Be good.